Hi guys, today we're taking a look at the latest wheel stand from Next Level Racing. This is the wheel stand 2.0, details are in the description below, including purchasing links. So if you're into sim racing and you wanted a convenient way to mount your racing wheel, pedals and shifter, this could be the ideal solution for you, as it has shifter handbrake support, it's a foldable design and includes a chair cradle. So I'll be setting it up, testing it out, so you can get an idea for yourself if it's worth getting to enhance your whole sim racing experience. So let's begin by unboxing it and seeing what you get in the packaging. In the packaging, you get an instruction manual, 2 Next Level Racing stickers, which have a protective cover on top, and obviously all the parts for the frame, including some fixtures and 2 Allen keys. So it's made out of carbon steel, it's laser cut, and it has a matte black finish. And to show a close-up of one of the components from the wheel stand, looks pretty good. So starting off with the legs of the frame, we need to open that up. Taking one of these knobs, goes into position here. Onto the pedal stand, so there's a slight lip over here, that's the lower part, and then you've got these 2 fixtures, they go on either side. Taking 4 M8 16mm bolts and 4 washers, so 2 for each side of this. Placing the side plate on, lining up the hole locations, we can put the bolts in. One side's done, need to do the same on the other side. Coming back onto the frame, you can see the place where we put the locking knob, and this is the area where we place the foot pedal. And the location where the lip is, that's towards the bottom, and the smooth end comes off there. Sits into position, you can see for yourself, you can move it back and forth. Taking 2 of the knobs here, you can see the alignment of screws. Just place this in position. Obviously you've got slight adjustment on here too. Once you've got it in position, just tighten it up. We do the same on the other side. Next we'll attach the shelf where the wheelbase is attached. And for this we'll need 4 M8 55mm bolts and washers together with nuts as well. This sits into position like this. Bolts go in the side. Placing the bolts on the other side too. And placing the nuts over the other end. Next we can adjust the height of the plate at the top, and for that there's 2 bolts either side, so 2 over here and 2 over here. Now we can pull up into our desired position that's best suited for the chair you're going to use, and then place all the bolts into position and tighten up again. A good check to do with this is just to count up all the holes that are on this side and then count them on the other side too. And that sort of confirms they're both equally set. Let's assemble the shifter mount. So this is the part that locks onto the frame. Now you've got to decide which side you're going to place the shifter mount. So it is flexible enough to be able to put it on the left or the right. So in my scenario, I'll be placing it on the left-hand side. So with this part, if I'm going for the left-hand side, it'll be slotted in this position. If you're going to have it on the right side, then slot it in this way. So as simple as taking this part, slipping this in, and on the side here, you take the M8 bolts with a washer. Next, we attach on the other parts on here. So this one here has a gap in there. That sits into place like this. And if we slide it to the end, taking the M8 55mm bolts, put them through this end. At the other end, put the nut on. Then we can take the Allen key and just tighten it up. The shifter mount's assembled now. You also have a handbrake mount. So that goes in this position with the sloped area going towards the back. And you take 2 M8 16mm bolts together with washers and tighten it up over here and here. There we have it. The mount can now be placed into position and then bolted at 2 points there. Then taking the M8 bolt 16mm in length and washer, place both in position and just tighten up with the Allen key. Now we attach the feet onto each of the corners of the frame, and that's just a matter of lifting the frame up and then just screwing it into position. Now moving on to the gaming chair cradle, and it's just a metal plate here where the wheels of your chair would sit in, and this will avoid the chair moving away as you're pressing down on the pedals. For this, you need to take these brackets at the side together with the M8 16mm bolts and a washer. You've got 5 different positions. We'll place it in the end position, but it can be adjusted if it's too far away. Do the same on the other side and attach onto the side of the frame with the same size bolts as well. The frame's fully assembled now, so I'm going to take the Allen key that comes with it and I'm just going to check all the fixtures because a lot of them are just tightened by hand. The frame's fully assembled now. As you can see, there's adjustment points at different places. So first of all, on the plate here, that can be brought up or down. And then with the mount point for your shifter, if there's any holes still remaining, you can adjust it. And together with the point where you'd put your wheel, you've got the adjuster point there. So obviously use the Allen key, loosen it up and then adjust it. Let's get our wheel, pedals and shifter attached to the frame. So as part of the packaging, you get these M6 16mm bolts and washers, and we're going to use them to mount these devices onto the frame. Let's begin with installing the pedals on here. So the easiest way to do this is to remove this plate just by adjusting the knobs here to pull it off. Lifting the plate off now. With the pedals upside down, if we take the plate, the bottom edge of that goes at the lower part of the pedals. If we place it on right there, and then we slide it down until we can see the screw points. So you can see it on these 2 rows. We're just going to place 2 screws at the bottom and 2 at the top. It's tightened up now. We just lower the plate back into position again, and we just lock in the knobs on either side to tighten it into position. Let's get the shifter mounted next, and a similar thing with this, we're going to bolt it on directly onto the frame. Let's get the wheel attached. I've connected all the cables to it, and the same thing again, we're going to bolt this on with the 2 bolt points at the bottom. Holding the wheel next to the plate, you can see the bolt points, one's there and one's there. All the items are firmly attached onto the frame, and the only thing left now is just to tidy up the cables around here. So as part of the packaging, you get these plastic clips, and they can be attached onto the frame around the lower area just to keep the cables nice and tidy. And you can see there's a notch in there where the cables would run through. But together with that, I'm also going to use some Velcro straps to tighten up the areas higher up. I'll include some links in the description below if you're after these. And there we have it. The cables are nice and tidy all the way around. I just wanted to show the shifter here and the way it sort of touches the handbrake plate over there. Now, because of that, I've had to position it slightly off at an angle. Now, I don't have an external handbrake, so this is of no use to me. So I'm going to get this removed and then straighten this up. With the handbrake plate removed now, you can see the gap just to allow me to install this. So I can straighten this up now and make it a bit more tighter against the plate here. There you have it. The gap's gone now, and I can lock it into position with the clamp at the side and the adjustments here as well. So if I wanted to move it further along towards the side here, that's possible too, but I think it's fine where it is. The chair cradle at the bottom is really useful. So I've got a dining room chair here, and placing it in position on there, when you're pushing down on the brake or the accelerator, there's no chance of the chair moving back. Sitting on the chair now, you can see for yourself, when I push on the brake, your chair's not going to slip back. And that's one of the issues with most stands out there. If you've got a chair and you're pushing hard on the brake or the accelerator, is liable to move back. Now, rigidity wise, if I grab the wheel and shake it, it's very good. The way the stand's positioned gives you a lot of stability on this, together with stability on the shifter as well. You can see. So build wise, it's very good. The chair cradle can be used in conjunction with a chair with wheels on. So this is my gaming chair over here, and you can see it fits nicely into place, and it's ideal for this scenario, as when you're pushing down, those wheels aren't going to move the chair out of position. But one slight issue here is the armrest gets in the way. So you could detach it from the chair if you wanted. I tried moving it out of position, doesn't work too well like that. Or the plate here could be flipped around the other way, but then obviously your shifter moves further back with this. I've removed the armrest, and you can see for yourself, it's perfect now. Just to show the wheels stand in action without the chair cradle on there, if I press the brake, obviously my chair's got wheels on there and there will be some movement going back. So it's an excellent idea having that cradle in there to just lock your wheels into position, or even the legs of your chair, to avoid any sort of movement. One of the biggest advantages to this wheel stand is that you can upgrade it to a full-size sim cockpit just by removing the chair cradle over here and attaching the sim cockpit chair directly onto this. The wheel stand can be folded away as well. So coming onto the front area, removing the knob over here, then lifting up the pedals plate here, we can collapse it. With the knob that you removed, you just lock it into position over here. Lift the chair cradle. So there you have it, nice and compact for easy storage. So let's test out this wheel frame and see how well it performs. So I've got Dirt 5 here running on my PlayStation 5. So let's jump into a race and test this out. You can see for yourself, really impressive. The wheel stand is very stable, minimal flex from there. Wheel cradle is awesome. And you can see for yourself, while pressing the accelerator or brake, the chair doesn't move out of position. So in summary, really impressed with this racing wheel stand from Next Level Racing. Very easy to set up and get your wheel, pedals and shifter attached on there. I like the idea of the chair cradle. Locks in your chair nicely to avoid it moving back during racing. And it's great, it's flexible enough to allow you to upgrade in the future if you wanted a full-blown sim cockpit, by allowing you to just add on a chair behind the stand. Also, it's really good that you can fold it away as well. So if you're limited in space, this is ideal. So there you go, I hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this. Details are in the description below, including purchasing links. If you're new to the channel, hope you can subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified of my next release, and smash that like button as it really helps me out. Thanks for viewing and see you in the next one.